I tend to prefer the phrase writerly nonfiction, which is to say that you write as if the reading mattered, and conversely, you expect to be read as if the writing mattered. I take for granted, incidentally, that we write out of a first-person singular. I'm emphatic about that, and not out of megalomania or grandiosity, but precisely the opposite, out of modesty, out of the not only understanding, but the insistence that this is one person's point of view, and it can't help but be that. The main class I teach here in the Journalism Institute is this class called The Fiction of Nonfiction. The premise of the class is that, that every narrative voice, but especially every narrative nonfiction voice, is itself a fiction. So on the one hand, I'm interested in the extent to which any kind of form you put on a piece of writing is fictive. The flip side of that, though, is that it is also true that everything that happens exactly the way it had to happen. Otherwise, it would have happened some other way. And your job as a journalist is to ferret out all the reasons it happened exactly that way and not some other. What I prefer to do, and I really say to my students that I can't teach them to be writers. And my warrant is that I can help young writers learn how to read in a way that if they are going to be writers, this will help make them better writers. I come from the old tradition of the New Yorker where the basic idea was to write a piece that when you were reading it, you couldn't quite figure out what it was about at first. It didn't seem to be about anything, but you would read it along out of sheer narrative energy, and about halfway through you'd begin to realize it was about the most important thing on earth. These days, in most venues, they don't give you the space or the time to arrive circuitously and serendipitously like that. On the other hand, it seems to me this will come flaring back, and will come flaring back partly from the students who take classes like these and become devotees of the form, because it's a great, great, great tradition. We're all sitting here together struggling to figure out what the journalism of the second half of the 21st century is going to look like. Whether you're on the Neanderthal side of that question, which I tend to be, or on the cutting edge, which many of my colleagues tend to be, the facilities are here, and more important than that, the people are here.